Hi, I'm Jim Campanini, and welcome to the Grapefully Yours Wine Podcast. Today, unfortunately, I'm going to have to do this solo. My regular partner, the wine butler, Mike Pigeon, still feeling a little issue with his right hand, and he can't. He's on a little medication. He's doing better, but he can't bring that hand up to his mouth. And I'm not going to waste that wine on him. I told him, so I'm not going to let him throw it over his shoulder. So let's all say a little prayer for Mike, and hopefully he'll be back soon. But he went away on a little vacation that last weekend with his lovely wife Judy. They went to the beach up in New Hampshire. So hopefully he'll rested. He'd come back strong, and he'll be thirsty. Okay, so uh, this Inside Lowell podcast is coming to you from the WellPoint Studios. Unicare is now WellPoint. New name, same commitment to Massachusetts. At WellPoint, your whole health is their whole point. Okay? So, on a WellPoint, they do a good job for us here at our studios. Teddy Panos is our producer. Teddy, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Jim. How are you?
Beautiful. Could you believe it? Joe Castiglione. Can you believe it? It's going to be August 1st this week.
Yeah. Christmas shopping.
Uh, Seems like just yesterday I was battling the winds and the cold in Florida. I come home and we started the show yeah, and it's been humid, hot. Now we go into the August, the lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. If you remember several weeks ago, we talked about one of the biggest wine rages this summer was the increase in volume sales of Sauvignon Blanc and Rosé. But Sauvignon Blanc, a white wine that really, was powered by a lot of people who wanted, something to lounge around the patio, have a cocktail, wine after work. It is a really nice drink, okay, Sauvignon Blanc. And while most wine sales and varietals like Chardonnay, which is the number one white wine seller in America and still is, the sales were either holding steady or just going down. They weren't increasing in volume, but Sauvignon Blanc made a big jump. Like it was up to 6-8% over year. And, the industry was trying to figure it out. Well, first of all, there were more brands. Okay, more California winemakers are turning to Sauvignon Blanc, and they do it very, very well. And even other sections, New York State was doing it, Virginia, and they were doing it quite well. Now, the only problem with Sauvignon Blanc, in my view, and some of the friends that I hear from, they love Sauvignon Blanc, but it's an acidic wine. Okay, that's why it's good for foods and good for with appetizers, great with seafood and everything. But a couple of glasses, you start feeling that grapefruitiness and very strong acidity. And it's you've got to watch it, especially for people who have acid reflux. You start drinking a 4 or 5 glass of this stuff, and if you don't drink water and hydrate, which I tell everybody, you should always have 2 sips of water for every glass of for every sip of wine that you have. Keep it going, keep hydrated, keep flushing. So yeah, the acidity is a problem. It's a high acidic wine, like others. There are red wines that are high in acidity and stuff. So you have to watch it. But it makes for a great food wine because a balanced Sauvignon Blanc is a great tasting wine. Okay, personally, my favorite is Sancerre, which comes from the Loire Valley. Sancerre is not only the name of the wine, but also the place where it is made. And that's a Sauvignon Blanc that is mineral, very, very mineral tasting, and it just reduces some of that acidic taste. American Sauvignon Blancs rarely pick up that the grapefruit taste and the grassy, like they say, fresh mowed lawn. If you smell it, the fragrance, okay, it's that you right away detect the citrusy flavors with the grapefruit and stuff. But when you taste it, smell it, you pick up those other secondary aromas and traits like the grass. Okay, so what I've looked at, okay, because to ameliorate some of that acidity, I went out this past weekend. I looked at and I saw some interesting products. There's Sauvignon Blanc blends, and in this case, one of the fine grapes from Bordeaux, the 𝒉𝒐𝒐𝒏𝒕, which is down at the bottom of the Garonne River, is and that's where the sauternes come from, is Semillon. Now that's where they make the famous sauternes, and they make it from Semillon and Sauvignon Blanc grapes. But most of it's Semillon. It gives it a great texture, mellows out the taste. So I was fascinated to hear that, Josh, which we all know about. No, that's not Josh. This is the Bonnet right here. Chateau Bonnet, which has a great history going back to the early 19th century in France, Bordeaux, France. I saw this Sauvignon Blanc Semillon blend. Okay, so I bought it. It cost $14.99. I haven't tried it. We're going to try it right now and see if this would be a decent substitute. You can see that beautiful color. Okay, almost transparent. Okay, and it's a screw top. All these wines that I have here, a screw top. I'm going to pour a little here. You Sauvignon Blanc lovers who might want to try something different and give you a little different texture, I hope, and the taste profile will be a little different. Okay, we got that traditional Sauvignon aroma. We got the little white orchard, definitely grapefruit. And next time you go out and you mow the lawn, okay, get on your hands and knees. Don't put your nose into the ground, but just hover over it a little, and you can tell that grassiness, okay, and that's exactly what you can pick up in a glass of Sauvignon Blanc. You know, put your nose in it. Mmm, freshly mowed lawn. Okay, now we're gonna taste it. Mmm, you get that nice uh, pickup right in the mouth on the corners. Remember, the front of your tongue picks up the sugars, the sweetness, but it's the back. It's along your sides, your tongue to your back. That's what picks up that nice the bitterness and the acidity, and really sparks. You get the nice penetrating taste in there, and yes, we still get that grapefruit from this, but it's muted. The Semillon, okay, gives it a little reduction. Plus, it makes it a little creamier. The normal, most Sauvignon Blancs fermented in steel, okay, steel vats, okay, to keep them fresh and to give you more of those, the taste characteristics, okay, but mostly to keep them fresh and the fruit fresh so you get that taste. Because when you add wood to it, right, what does wood do? It gives a little toasty flavor. It could give vanilla flavor, caramelizes that taste, and makes it sometimes sweeter, but definitely adds a little more texture to it. But this has a texture in its own right, and it's because of that. I believe that that Semillon grape works to just mute the regular strong acidic qualities that would come from the wine. So yes, for $14.99, I give this a pretty good rating because I could definitely drink this and without fear of having that too much acidic mouth and but it's got a nice mellow taste. I think you'd be very happy with this. Because it does give you a nice balance, very nice balance. So that's our first one from Chateau Bonnet, Bonnet. It's a 2022. Very, very nice. Uh, so I think you should take a look at it. Okay, so the second one is from Josh. And Josh, they've really knocked it out of the park the last couple of years. It's a family-owned winery, and they are committed to making affordable wines. Okay, good quality wines at affordable prices. Okay, this is called Sea Swept. Now, what really intrigued me, okay, is that it's a Sauvignon Blanc Pinot Grigio blend. Now, it's from my perspective, the other interesting aspect, Pinot Grigio, it's not the same as Semillon, but it has the qualities of a Semillon because even though Pinot Grigio could have, it does have acidity. It's a moderate acidity, similar to what Semillon is like. So this on the Italian side will probably have the same, impact, okay, on the Sauvignon Blanc. Although the taste profile, if you had Pinot Grigio, it's got a nice taste. Sometimes you get the citrus, a little peach. We'll see what this comes out like, and we'll compare the two. So it should be a nice California blend. But I'm just interesting that they would blend an Italian grape Pinot Grigio with a French Sauvignon Blanc, or even New Zealand where Sauvignon Blanc really does awfully well too. So let's see. We're gonna different aromatic profile entirely, much more milder, not as grassy. And the pineapple, I mean the pineapple, the grapefruit is almost undetectable. Hmm. Interesting taste. Uh, it has right off the bat, it hits you with a little orange rind and slight grapefruit, but it seems like mid palate it flattens out a bit, and I think that's where that Pinot Grigio comes in. Although Pinot Grigio is usually mellow all the way through, but I can't put my finger on it. It ends dry, a little drier than the Chateau Bonnet. Hmm. It, it's 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 very interesting the taste profile with the Pinot Grigio. Once again, light, easy drinking, not as acidic on the taste buds. Okay, so it flows a little easier. Okay, when you get that strong acidity, sometimes you pucker up. It flows well, but I'm still I'm still a little intrigued by the taste profile. It's something different. Okay, it's not that I don't like it. I think you have to acquire a little taste for it. So if you're a Pinot Grigio lover, it might be worth giving it a shot. Once again, it's vastly different from the Chateau Bonnet with the Semillon, which has been a blending partner to Sauvignon Blanc for centuries in France. But I got to give Joseph Carr, who's the winemaker, credit for giving it a shot. But Sauvignon Blanc and Pinot Grigio, and this I believe costs. Let me see. I get this slip here. $12.99. Okay. Um, it's got a Christmas to it though. You've got that Christmas, and it does refresh. It does refresh, and I think that's the main objective when you drink Sauvignon Blanc, and you want it to have a crisp, that's the acidity taste, and to be refreshing on your palate. So it's just got a unique taste. It's worth trying. It's and I'll say, be adventurous, give it a shot. My preference would be the Chateau Bonnet, but that's because of my palate. But certainly the Josh, if you had Josh Chardonnay and Josh Sauvignon Blanc, or the red wines, they're well-made wines. So I'd say, uh, give it a shot. And the ratings are pretty good for both these wines. I saw an 89 for the Chateau Bonnet, and I saw an 88 on a couple of Vivino accounts for the Joss. So those are my two. My two recommendations for people who might see the Sauvignon Blanc, straight Sauvignon Blanc, as a little too acidic. Try these. They are both muted in acidity, and they do give off different, unique tasting profiles. Certainly, they're good with food, especially with appetizers, seafood, scallops, risotto, shrimp. You could have a ball with them. And my personal favorite, lobster roll. Okay. Now the last wine I have here is one of my favorites, because you've heard me mention on the show before. You know, I love Chardonnay, but I can only drink so much of it. My wife loves it. Uh, it becomes a little cloying after a while. I need a break for my palate. And where do I go to? Well, I like Vermentino, Italian Vermentino, Vernaccia from San Gimignano. There are a lot of great Italian white wines, Falanghina from the south. But one of the best, Soave Classico from the Veneto region. It is such a clean, refreshing wine. You can see it comes in a green tinted bottle. This costs $13.99. This is the Yanama brand. Very well ranked. This one also comes in around 90 points, most wine services, okay, wine ranking. And I don't think you're going to find a better wine for food and relaxation than the Soave. Mm. It is a delight to taste it, because while it has that that nice texture and front drive that really gets you, mm, it gets you. It's a thoughtful wine, almost like a meditative wine. It gets you thinking about it. But there's more than the melon and a little orange in there. There's on the aromatics, you get a lot of floral components with it. But it's just a great relaxation wine to open up like I said, open up a bottle, have a glass like you would at the end of your workday, whether it's Pinot Grigio or Chardonnay. Soirée is gives you a different relaxation mode, so to speak, and it's from a great part of Italy in the Veneto region. Piero Pan is another a great producer of Soave that I like. They make the Soave Classico also. And the grape is Ganega, okay, which is a wonderful grape, very unique, grows in that region. So you won't see it in other parts of Italy. And I don't think it's been grown outside of Italy either. So it's a great wine. Gaganega, soil volcanic, and it's 100% Gaganega grape. So you will like the minerality in it, and I think you will enjoy it because it's once again another easy drinking wine for the summer. So you figure you got a couple of months left. Try some different whites. Try them with appetizers. These all go well with cheese. Certainly brie, some soft cheeses, with crackers, and you wouldn't use them with the hard cheeses, aged cheeses. That would they would overwhelm this. You want soft cheeses with these wines, and put out some seafood appetizers or something. I think you'll have a great time and enjoy. So here's my three selections for the week, and let me know what you think. You get the Josh Sauvignon Blanc with Pinot Grigio. You get the Chateau Bonnet, okay, Sauvignon Blanc with Semillon. And from the Italian version that I like, that I go to, Chardonnay out, and the Soave Classico. This is from Inama. It's a great buy at $13.99. Okay, well, hopefully the wine butler will be back next week, and we'll get a few jokes out of him, hopefully. Okay, but until then, may the wine be with you. Enjoy August. We'll see you.